Skinny Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, not just today. Today, we here with a rider season, Saudi Arabia UFC card. We got Style Bender, Israel, Adesanya, headlining. He's taking on Imavov and what I think is a great main event. I think this could very well be a pay-per-view card, right? So the fans are going to win with this one as far as, getting this card for free. Also, because it's in Saudi Arabia, it's going to come on extremely early. Now, some people love that. Some people hate that. Me personally, I like it because as soon as I wake up, I get to watch fights, I get to get into my books and I get to make me some plays. So I'm extremely excited about this card starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, right? So we got early UFC and we got a Style Bender card. And what I think is going to be great. Not only, is that the main event, we got some bangers, throughout this card as well. But I ain't gonna waste too much more of y'all time. Let's go and get into it. What I'm gonna do here right now is I'm gonna give y'all all my money line picks, right? I'm gonna give y'all all my winners. I'm gonna give y'all my 5 most confident picks. I'm gonna give you a dog or two, and then we gonna put us together a couple parlays, and then we go slide on up out of here, man. Y'all already know the drill. All right, in this section, I'm gonna give y'all my winner/best outcomes, right? So let's go and get into it. In the first fight, I got Pogues. Now, Pogues might lose the first fight, right? He might get out-rousted by his opponent, but I think he has a better gas tank than his opponent. His opponent is coming off a 2-year layoff. He got busted for steroids, so I'm expecting him to be a little different physically, right? I also think he's the better striker, and I think he's the more athletic fighter, right? Moving on, we got Grad and Alexander. This fight, I think it is a 50-50 fight, mostly because Grad is extra tough. I think Alexander is more skilled, but when Alexander loses, he does get stopped when he loses, right? But I do think, he's rangier, he's taller, he's quicker in this fight, so I think he'll be able to outpoint Grad in this fight, but not one of my most confident picks. I got this fight to start the third. If you're asking me to take a winner, I would take Alexander. In the second fight, we got Jazz Divicious versus Silva in this fight. My best bet in this fight would be this fight to start the third round, right? Jazz Divicious, I think, is the stronger wrestler in this. I think Silva is better, with her submissions on the ground. She's very good off her back. So Jazz Divicious' strength very well could get her in trouble this fight, right? She got to be careful with avoiding those submissions because she most definitely needs to take this fight down. I do think Silva is the more powerful striker between the two, right? So I say, you take this fight to start the third, or this fight is a dog or pass. I may end up going Silva in this or Silva submission, right? But start the third or dog or pass. McKinney, in his fight, I got McKinney. His opponent is slipping my mind right now, right? But I did, do my homework. McKinney is the better fight. I think this fight is kind of for McKinney to get a win, right? He's the more dangerous opponent. He has a wrestling edge in this, and he has a big athletic advantage versus his opponent. This is going to be McKinney knockout in the first round or McKinney sub in the first round, or something like that. And some people, may be worried about McKinney's, gas tank after the second round. In this fight, I think McKinney, I think that's not even going to be a problem for McKinney. Right? I think he'll be able to wrestle this guy for 3 rounds if he need to. But I think he stops him, McKinney, for the win. We got Gaziev in his fight versus Tom Peterson. I think that's going to be a good fight, right? I'm edging Gaziev in that fight because he has the striking edge. I think he's the more dangerous striker out of the two. And he also has, and he also has decent grappling and wrestling himself. Actually, he has good wrestling. His only problem is, he gasses, right? But good wrestling, decent grappling, the power edge, the striking edge. I think he should be able to piece Peterson up, from distance. The bigger fighter, we got Gaziev and Noah. We got Davis in his fight, right? Davis is fighting Zayam. Zayam is an ever-improving fighter. I like Zayam. I'm taking Davis in this fight due to his wrestling edge. I think he has that, the strength edge in this fight, right? He's a stronger fighter, and he has adequate striking himself, right? I think it will behoove him to use more of his wrestling in this right, Davis, but he can strike, you know what I mean, himself. He has good boxing. I just think he has that man strength, you know what I mean, in this fight. I think he go manhandle Zion a little bit. We got Davis for the win. We got Imavov versus Ofi. Right, don't bet this fight, right? Imavov should win, but I'm not overly confident in Imavov, my bad if I'm butchering his name. Not overly confident in him. I say don't bet this fight. Imavov should win. These guys are pretty similar, you know what I mean, in their skill level, in their record, right? Same exact record, 11-3. Don't really bet that fight. Maybe you take that fight to start the second or start the third or something, right? We got Nagamido versus Oliveira, right? Now, I would say the best bet in this fight would be this fight not to go to this. I'm going to break down this fight a little later in this video and to elaborate a little more, right? So stay with me, right? But I think the best bet in this would be that fight not to go the distance. All right, and then Pavlovich and Rosenstrick, I think the best bet in that fight would be that fight not to go the distance, right? I think that's pretty much a 50-50 pick'em fight, which I'm going to explain, you know, more on that a little later in the video. We got Magomedov and we got Page. I think the best bet in there will also be to go the distance again. I'm going to elaborate a little more on that fight later. And in the main event, I think the best bet between Izzy and Imavov will also be that fight to go the distance. We go break down all of those fights a little later in this video, so bear with me. What I'm about to do now is I'm about to give y'all my most confident fight picks. I'm going to give y'all a couple of parlays. And then I'm going to explain to y'all why I took each fight that I took in my most confident picks and in my parlays, right? Which is where I'm going to break down those fights that y'all got question marks about, right? So let's go and get into it. All right, this is my most confident pick section right here. We got McKinney, Gaziev, Davis, Page, and Magomedov to start the third. And then we got Izzy in that main event. I'm going to drop my underdog on y'all. And then after that, we go make some parlays. Then I'm going to explain to you why I made each of these picks, right? But McKenzie, Gaziev, Davis, Page, and Magomedov to start the third, and we got Izzy. My underdog picks, I got two of them for you. Kinda. I'm going with Michael Venom Page over Shara Magomedov, right? I'm going to break that fight down a little bit later in this next section, right? But yes, I do got MVP Michael Venom Page as my dog pick, and maybe Silver. Silva has a chance over Jazz Divisions, man. I may end up playing them. You might want to go there too, right? But Michael Venom Page, lock it in. All right, this is the parlay section of the video. We got McKinney with the KO or the sub. We got Davis and Gaziev on the money line. And we go take MVP and Magomedov to start the third. What we about to do in this next section is I'm about to explain to y'all exactly in detail why I took, you know, the fighters that I took on my picks. And also, I'm going to explain to you in detail why I took, you know, the fighters on the parlays, right? So all those questions that you got in this video, or who he taking and why he taking them, we about to break these fights down. So let's go and get into it. We're going to start with this main event. In this fight, I got Izzy. I mainly got Izzy in this fight because I think it's going to be a striking battle. Now, while Imavov does have some grappling, he's not really a grappler. He's a guy who wants to strike. So I think he's going to come out here and strike. And if he does, you know, try to grapple, I think it's only because Izzy is dominating this fight or getting the better of this fight on the feet. And in that case, Izzy go win this fight anyway, right? Because Izzy is not a guy who's easy to take down. Has strong takedown defense. Imavov is giving up the size in this fight. I think he's naturally, you know, the smaller guy. He has a shorter reach in this fight, shorter arm reach, shorter leg reach. And if you're asking me, I think Izzy looked pretty good in this fight against Duplessis. Duplessis came out with the intent to try to strike with Stylebender, and Stylebender was really piecing him up until he got his back taken, right? I got Stylebender in this fight. I think the odds are close because, you know, the question with Stylebender is, you know, is he over the hill? Is he still motivated, right? But I think we're getting good odds on this fight with Imavov. I think Stylebender is still a level above Imavov, right? So I got Stylebender in the I kind of explained this fight a little bit already, so I ain't going to stay on it too long, right? But again, kind of like the main event, things will be a striking battle, right? I think MVP is just the better technical striker. I think he's harder to hit. Magomedov is a little easier to hit, a little easier to find. So I think MVP wins this fight on the cards, points decision. All right, we breaking this fight down because I haven't gave you a winner or a side on this fight yet. I'm going with Pavlovich, man. Rosenstrick, I think, is, you know, the better technical striker, right? I don't think he's
the more dangerous striker. Pavlovich is the more dangerous striker. I think he's the more powerful striker, right? Pavlovich loses fights because he gets over patient and he doesn't, use what makes him, great, which is his power, which is his, his gas tank and his relentlessness, right? I think he pushes the pace on Rosenstruck and he eventually catches Rosenstruck. You know what I mean? Rosenstruck is probably going to be swinging and Pavlovich is going to catch him with a bomb after taking, a couple bombs from Rosenstruck, who's not as hard as a puncher. Pavlovich for the win. Knockout, if you're asking me a method. All right, and we going to break this fight down because I didn't give you an official pick on this fight yet either. In this fight, I'm going with Oliveira, but not necessarily because I think he's the better fighter. I think if this fight goes like it's supposed to go, then Nurmagomedov should win this fight, right? I think he's the better all-around fighter, overall fighter, right? But Oliveira is very, very dangerous. So I'm not going to be too quick to go out and put my money on Nurmagomedov because we've seen Oliveira, come out, one-shot bomb guys, knock him out. And we've seen Oliveira lose the first, couple rounds and then knock a guy out in the third round. So he's always dangerous. And I just kind of, as far as betting, on the betting side, right, I would kind of rather be on the side of guys like that because if Nurmagomedov gasses even a little bit, Oliveira is going to be dangerous in those late rounds to put him out, right? So I say this fight is a dog or pass. If you're asking me who I think is going to win, Nurmagomedov. If you ask me who I'm betting on, it's Oliveira. We finna recap all this, man, then we finna get up out of here. I ain't wasting enough of y'all time. We got Poge in that first fight, right? We got Alexander to start the third. If you ask me to take a win, I'm taking Alexander. We got Dog or Pass and Judah Vicious and Silva. We got McKinney lock, Gaziev lock, Davis lock, right? Don't bet Nalmov or O'Feely, right? But I do got Nalmov to win. We going to take Nurmagomedov and Oliveira not to go the distance. I am betting Oliveira to win, although I think Nurmagomedov should win, right? Pavlovich and Rosenstruck, not distance. I got Pavlovich in that fight. Magomedov and Page to go the distance. I got MVP in that fight. And we got Izzy and Imavov to go the distance. I got Izzy in that fight. Recap of the parlay. We got McKinney, KO or sub. We got Davis, Gaziev, moneyline. And we going to take MVP and Magomedov to start the third round. You can parlay all those up together if you want. Also, if you want to throw Izzy in there, you can. Maybe you want to throw, Pavlovich and Rosenstruck in there. You can, right? But those are my most confident underdog pick on this card is Michael Venom Page. Maybe Silver, right? But Michael Venom Page is where, is my most confident dog of the night. I think he wins a striking battle against Nurmagomedov, right? But I ain't going to keep y'all in this thing too much longer, man. Skin the heart away, TWTea. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rock it. And I'm out. Love.